Hi guys, Lindsay.
Hey Tracy.
Here with Storybrooke Family Farms. This is very much an impromptu video because, well, we were cleaning out the chicken coop, which Tracy's obviously still doing. Well, there's no lights in the barn, so it's very hard to see. But it started completely and utterly downpouring outside. I don't know if it'll be visible on film, but the wheelbarrow is quite full with water already, and it's been sitting there for like 2 minutes. I am completely and utterly drenched because, well, it started raining when I was taking a wheelbarrow load of manure over to our manure pile. And I obviously had to run back with the wheelbarrow empty, that then became pretty wet. So I'm completely and utterly drenched. Tracy, bless her heart, was like, oh, well, if you want to go back to the house, you know, I can finish this and, you know, you can come back out later to move the wheelbarrow of poo. And I'm like, it is completely and utterly downpouring. Like, I'm soaked already, but I don't want to go run to the house and get even more soaked and then have to come back, because the weather forecast for today is like pretty much just a massive amount of rain. So we, you know, poor planning. The weather app said initially, when Tracy was like, okay, let's get this done now, because, you know, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning, it initially said that it wasn't supposed to start raining until 10. Well, 2 wheelbarrows in, I looked at it and it said 8, and I was like, shoot. So I told Tracy, I said, you better hurry up, because I think it's going to rain. Well, she's dry. I'm soaked. Yeah, you're just wet with sweat, but like, I'm, like, my hair is, like, dripping all over me. Oh, yours is too, from sweating,
yeah,
but...
mine's from sweat.
She sweats a lot. I do not. But yeah, so that has been our morning adventure. Yesterday we did pick up our wood burner from the friend that Tracy bought it off of, and that thing is still in the bed of the truck because it is way too stinking heavy for the 3 of us to move. So we definitely are waiting for reinforcements to come to help get it off the rest of the way, because it's like a gazillion pounds.
It weighs almost 600 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard Tracy or not, but it weighs almost 600 pounds. So there she is in all of her dryness.
Kinda.
But so we're waiting for somebody to come and help us, because it took 5 or 6 of us were working on loading it up yesterday. It was 6 of us that put it on the truck. And, you know, granted, going into the truck it was up a ramp, and now we're coming down a ramp, so it should be easier, but it greatly outweighs us. And with my back being injured, I am only at like half capacity for what I can do. And if it starts coming down that ramp pretty stinking fast, I don't think the 3 of us would have enough strength to stop it. So yeah, potentially a dangerous situation. So probably tomorrow, because it's supposed to rain all day today, probably tomorrow we'll have her daughter Becca, her middle daughter, come out and try to give us a hand. She's super strong, so, you know, definitely would be much safer to have the 4 of us instead of, you know, just me, Tracy, and Willie doing it, because 3 people make a very, very balanced, unbalanced thing, whereas 4 can be 2 on each side to service better breaks. But, yeah, so our plans for today is I'm going to go get my staples taken out of my head, so I'm very excited about that, because they're itchy and uncomfortable, and I keep bumping them. It doesn't hurt when I touch them, so I definitely think that the nerve damage from the cut has stayed, because I can, like, take my finger and wiggle the staple on all of them, and none of them, like, hurt. It feels like I'm just touching my head, sort of, so it's kind of bizarre. I don't know, but it appears as though the rain has died down some, so Tracy's probably going to go back to shovel and poo. We almost got it all done. I don't know if the camera lighting in
Like 1 load.
the chicken coop, if it'll be able to pick it up or not. But so there's 1 load left to do. So nothing too crazy. Smells pretty bad in there. Eyes are burning a little bit. But normally the chicken coop, when we're just raising chickens and stuff, it doesn't get very bad smelling, because we mix hay into it, so it actually creates like a living composting system and stuff. It's called a deep litter, is what the terminology is for that method of doing a chicken coop. But because we have so much waterfowl that keep having to be locked up in there each night, it makes it so that way the hay and everything keeps being really, really wet and gross, and then it becomes very like filled with like ammonia scent, and if you know anything about composting, it creates an anaerobic compost pile, which becomes very smelly, very gross, and just it's nasty. It takes it a long time to break down, so that's why I have a big pile. Basically, before we put the chicken or the duck and the geese chute up, which I'll come out and show you guys because the rain has really died down. That way too I'm out of Tracy's way. She has to kind of do a fun little dance to get the pitchfork through this area. But so we created this little chicken chute here. It's for the ducks and the geese. So it's basically just creates a path for them to get into their area. So right over there, there is the bed liner for my Ranger for when it had an actual regular bed, not a wooden bed. And that is where we have all of the manure is in that truck bed over there. I don't know if my head's in the way for you to see it or not. I didn't have my tripod out here, so this is very difficult. It's much easier to film with the tripod instead of just holding onto the phone and praying that you don't drop it in a pile of poop. But so we did get the geese and the ducks area all fenced in with the extra paddocks, so that way they have their new paddocks. This is what I had gotten done before I, tried to knock my brains out with the T-post driver. I had gotten all these posts done. So this is the one paddock here. It is about 12 foot wide and probably 40 feet long. So they're learning about how to go in the different paddocks and stuff. We will in the future have a separation line that goes from that piece of metal right there over to the fence post there, so that way we can have 3 separate paddocks. So they'll have this one right here, this one that goes this way here, and then they'll have their original paddock. The purpose of doing that is so then they don't just eat all the grass in one spot, turn into a big mud pit, and then there's nothing left there. So it's just another form of regenerative agriculture that we are employing here. Plus it also will help us save money on feed bills because they can eat a bunch of grass and things like that instead of just, the expensive chicken feed. But the wheelbarrow has magically refilled itself while I was showing you guys around. So I'm going to sign off so then that way I can get this taken care of while it's not super duper downpouring.
Because I still have another wheelbarrow load.
Oh, yay. You can put more in that. Well, we'll leave it at that because it's pretty wet. So if you're enjoying our content, please give our videos a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to help us grow. And also, if you feel inclined to, share our videos on social media to further help us grow. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.